All right, it's the last full day to work on your project and lesson 17. So let's make sure you've got all of the criteria, and I'll kind of use mine as a sample. Here's the rubric that will be used to grade it. So, background. Do you have a background? It could be a sprite, could be a color, whatever you want. As you can see on mine, I have this background that's kind of a wintry scene. Okay, so that's the first thing. Next, you have to have text that tells the user what to do. So on mine, I put press the space bar. I suppose I could try to make that move up a little bit just because it doesn't, uh, it's a little hard to read in those cloud. There we go. I scooched it up a little bit. Then it's easier to read. So I've got my text. That's good. All right. Three or more sprites and properties. So I can tell on mine up here, I have my background that I called sky. Santa and the sleigh actually were two separate ones because I couldn't find one that had them both together. So that's that. And then you can't see it right now, but I have a gift that falls from the sky. So I actually have four. Cool. Ooh, and properties. Well, I've got scale and visible that I've used even before the draw loop starts. Once the draw loop starts, I've got X properties, I've got visible, I've got Y properties. Okay, super. After the properties, random number, and it responds to user input. So I've got a random number right there. Spacebar, I'll hit it so you can see what happens. But Santa and the sleigh move with the spacebar. Multiple elements are placed on the screen and move in different ways. Well, you'll see the different ways in just a moment because here the present drops. So I've got horizontal movement, I've got a vertical movement, and then my present shakes also when it gets to the bottom. So that's all good. Let's see. I've got stuff moving in and out of the draw loop. It runs without errors. And then this one, I actually modified this to be at least one if loop. So I have actually a few. So I've got spacebar, then I've got if Santa is greater than, and actually this could be separated. I don't know why that was nested. Once Santa gets halfway across the screen, greater than 200, then the gift becomes visible and starts falling down from the sky. And then the last one is when it gets to about 300, then I manually make it stop by setting the Y value to be 320 and make it shake. Okay, cool. So we'll look at that again. Press the space bar right about here. Now the present becomes visible and drops. And then it stops and shakes. Cool. Now, the one thing that I didn't mention is there is a bonus if you decide to use any sound effects. So that is in this land if you wanted to do something with that. Okay? Totally up to you. You need to make sure that as you are building, and sometimes I know you build it like all in one section or one level here, make sure you get to 7 and then hit finish or submit, whatever shows up for you there, so that I can see that bubble is filled in and that tells me it's okay to grade. After this, on level 8, there is a rapid survey. It's anonymous. You can see that right here. I don't see the answers to these either. So you just go ahead and answer the questions that they have here for computer science. They use this, code.org uses this as a way to kind of get a feel for their how broad their instruction is in the course and if students are enjoying the curriculum. So, all right, good luck, get things finished up, and I'm excited to see your projects when you have them completed.